Cayman Islands really busy. There are a lot of ships here, but you can see mine right back there. That's the Celebrity Apex peeking out beyond the smaller ship. Hi everybody, Bob Sokoler, travel team expert, and right now we're in the Cayman Islands, Grand Cayman, and for a little bit different type of excursion. Normally when I go on an excursion, we go somewhere to tour the island. Today, I am going on a 2-tank scuba dive. I'm certified, and normally I've been diving on the eastern part of the Caribbean. Thank you, security tight, there you go. It's very tight here, very nice. Normally I go on the eastern side of the Caribbean. This is more western, and so they say this may be even better. That's why I'm going. We're gonna stage by this white tent. In just a couple of minutes, we'll gathering and I guess get on some sort of bus and then head out to the location for the dive. I'm going, and if you want, you'll go with me as well. Stand by. Okay, so now they're telling us we're going on a short walk to where the dive shop is located. There's a group of about 12 of us, so this should be actually pretty nice. Those are the guys in front. There's some couples and people back there, and this should be rather nice and exciting, hopefully. This is my first time at Grand Cayman on the island, and to tell you the truth, it looks a lot like many of the Caribbean islands, and of course this was once under British rule. You'll notice that driving is opposite what we have in the United States, but hey, we see that a lot, don't we? All right. We're getting close.
You're right there.
Who are you?
She's Brianna.
Oh, you got me.
I got you.
Oh, you don't need my card though. You want my card?
No, I don't want it. I just need to see it.
Just need to see it. All right, there we go. Yep, proud of that card. Okay.
Said this thing's so small. I can really...
The first thing we got to do is make sure the fins fit. Oh, I have my own fins, but I'm not going to travel with them because let's face it, that's quite a bit. All right, let's try these.
All right, one.
What size is this one?
12, 13.
12, 13. Okay, they may be a bit small.
Too small?
Yeah, let's try a little bit bigger.
Okay. Let me see if I can find a bigger one.
Okay. Oh, I hope they have a bigger pair. I'm sure they got a bigger pair. Otherwise, I can take my booties off, but I hate doing that. I like diving with the booties. Okay, we are getting on the boat. Easy enough, and it's been very nice. They actually have our BCD set up already with my name on it, so that's pretty good. Already locked in, so this is just a matter of hoping it fits and then getting it sized and getting some weights, and then out somewhere out there is where we're going. The total time on the trip to our dive site number 1 was about 10 minutes. While we were traveling, I spoke to one of the dive instructors, Lauren Halberg.
Kind of go day by day basis. We can't guarantee any dive sites because there are a lot of dive operations on the island, but we typically head north right into West Bay and do either a wall dive and then a shallow dive or a double shallow dive.
Our first dive today is actually going to go down about 40 feet. While we're traveling to the site, each of us are checking our equipment for fit. Remember, many of us have our own gear, but we don't take that gear when we're on a cruise ship, so we have to use borrowed gear. Everybody set? And it is time to get in the water. We're going off the back, aren't we? You went off the side. Are we going off the back? Yeah, I got it. Okay, so the truth is the toughest part about diving is actually getting up off of the seat with the tank and the weight belt on. I'm carrying about 14 pounds of weight in the weight belt, and then my tank is about another 35 pounds. But once in the water, it feels like you're not wearing anything because you're trying to be neutrally buoyant. Looking back at the ship, I notice everybody is heading down, and so did I. So we're not sure what to expect on this first dive, but then we hear our dive leader knocking on his tank, which usually means, look here. And that's when we see it. I'm zooming in here, and that is a barracuda that is swimming our way, but he just kept on swimming, and so did we. And that's when we encountered this cute sea turtle. You know, you may have seen these turtles when they're hatched and they run across the sand and get into the water. Well, this is a sea turtle that did apparently that, and that is now 2 years old, approximately 2 years old. We weren't quite sure, but from the size, we're taking a pretty good guess. And just look how majestic and beautiful these animals are. Our total dive time for this first dive, about 35 minutes, and then it was time for dive number 2. This dive was just about 10 minutes from the first dive, and it was also interesting for a whole other reason. I'm pointing down because we're all lining up to head down into this crevice, or somewhat of a semi-cave, which really is interesting to go through. I've always thought about maybe doing some cave diving, but I have yet to find a spot where I could go in with an instructor and be assured I'll be able to get back out again. So doing something like this is probably the next best thing to doing a cave dive. And if you've never dived before, let me just tell you, this is an amazing experience to be able to get this close to Mother Nature and see some of the coral and the fish that are down here. We were all in awe of some of the things we were seeing here. Yeah, you could see them around the rest of the Caribbean, but there was a couple of really cool things that we ran into while we were down about, 50, 55 feet on this dive. All right, take a look at this. This is a school of blue-tail tang. At least that's what we thought they were. What's interesting is about 40 years ago, I used to have a saltwater aquarium, and I would have loved to have fish this beautiful. But now that I've seen them in the open, I would never think about having a saltwater aquarium again. They deserve to be able to roam anywhere they want. The only exception to that is the lionfish, which is an invasive species. And in fact, Lauren, who's got that white collector tube, is trying to get rid of one more lionfish, unsuccessfully, because the lionfish actually ducked back into the coral. But notice above that, we think it was a grouper. That was a large grouper, and it kept following us as if it wanted to be part of our swim team. Well, we hope you enjoyed this tour under the water. If you liked the video, please don't hesitate to give us a thumbs up and maybe even subscribe to the channel. We're heading back to get on our boat to head back to the United States. We'll see you next time. I'm Bob Sokoler. Thanks for watching.